Hi everyone, welcome back to Raven, the Master Thief. Here we are, Detective Zellner. We've had a conversation with Matt and we've managed to win a game of shuffleboard with him at the first time of asking. Or maybe it was the third. But we managed to get his slingshot, or his little, what do you call it, catapult thing, which should be interesting. We've probably got it here. Yeah, what do they call it? Slingshot. It is a slingshot. But what we want to do is try and break into Inspector Legrand's cabin. So we're going to have a chat with Miss Miller to see if she can lend us another hairpin.
Miss Miller and the professor are talking intensely. She seems pretty relaxed, by her standards.
Oh, something's up then, eh? Previous episode, we were just talking about a murderer will either be extremely relaxed or extremely nervous.
Miss Miller and the professor are talking intensely. She seems pretty relaxed, by her standards.
Okay. Try and talk to them eventually.
Good morning, Miss Miller. Professor Lucien?
Constable Zellner, how are you? I heard you passed out last night.
Well, not quite. I was poisoned.
Oh.
Nothing from him.
That wretch!
Last night. This could be an awkward conversation. Tell me, both of us. Tell me about last night. What were you both up to?
Who do you mean by that wretch?
That stowaway. That new raven.
The young man can't be the murderer. Constable Oliver had already apprehended him when the shot was fired.
You mean...
Whoever killed the Baroness is still on the loose.
I think I should take my leave. I'd like to rest for a while.
One last question, Professor.
Key to the safe or Eye of the Sphinx?
Do you think the eye is well protected in the safe in Legrand's cabin?
Of course it is. They assured me that it would take hours of work with heavy machinery to crack the safe. And if Legrand isn't in his cabin, Constable Oliver or I check that everything is in order every hour.
I understand.
I want to go back to my cabin. I'll see you later, Mary.
Every hour is quite
of
a
course.
window of
See you
opportunity
later.
there. Right, we got her to ourselves now, so to speak. Bad phrasing.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation with Professor Lucien so abruptly.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Learning that there's still a burglar on board seemed to frighten him.
He was so relaxed the whole time, and then...
And then the stupid Swiss constable came by and made him anxious.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
No matter. I'm sure he'll calm down and come back soon enough. May I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Damn, you don't. There's not a hairpin option. Tell me about Matt.
How is Matt? He seems happy enough.
After all the commotion, he's already back to his old self again. But I haven't told him about the murder. That would be a bit too much for him.
I think he's made of sterner stuff.
I want to thank you again for what you did on the train. I wouldn't have known...
Everything's fine. Think nothing of it.
Tell me about last night again.
How was last night for you?
It was awful.
Oh,
I was having a conversation
Grow
with
up.
Edgar, Professor Lucien, here on the forecastle. Then I wanted to look for the lady and went forward via the side deck. When I passed the Baroness's cabin, I heard a muffled scream.
You heard a scream?
Yes. I thought the Baroness probably had a fall. I went to the door and listened for a moment. Since I couldn't hear anything, I knocked on the door and asked whether she was all right. There was no answer.
Interesting. And then?
I didn't know what to do, so I tried to open the door. It was locked. I saw the Baroness's butler, Mr. Inch, on the forecastle. I thought he might have the key and went back. On the way, the bobby crossed my path, and then Edgar, who wanted to check the safe. I explained the situation to him, and then the alarm went off.
Okay, so that's the butler. Lucien and the British constable. Okay.
How did the scream sound?
It was a short outcry, very frightened, as if someone had been startled.
Was it a woman's voice?
Yes, the voice was high.
So it could have been a scream from the Baroness. Possibly because she discovered someone in her cabin.
Possibly.
That person might have threatened her with a weapon, so that she wouldn't scream for help.
Oh, God.
He waited until the coast was clear.
Oh, please, stop it, Mr. Zellner.
Cool. Tell me about the butler.
The Baroness's butler said that he was on the forecastle as well.
Yes, he was standing on the other side of the deck smoking a cigarette.
Was he on the forecastle the whole time?
I'm not sure. He was there, and later he was on the side deck with us. Oh, yes, he looked after you while you were unconscious. He unbuttoned your collar and held your head while the doctor checked you.
But you can't say for certain whether he came from the forecastle with you and Professor Lucien, or afterwards.
Well, no. But where else could he have come from?
Legrand's investigation.
Did you report that to Inspector Legrand?
Yes, last night. He was very interested and took a lot of notes. But I wanted to look for Lady Westmacott, and he let me go without further delay. He said that he'd take down my full statement today.
I understand.
Do you think the man from the train also killed the Baroness, Constable Zellner?
I don't know yet.
It's horrible. Explosions, thieves, murderers. This isn't the right place for a lady and a little boy.
No. What about Professor Lucien?
You and Professor Lucien seem to be having a lively conversation.
Yes, lively conversations.
Oh, yes. He's an expert in ancient Egyptian art and preeminent in hieroglyphic research. He's the head of the Egyptian department in the British Museum, you know. And he's going to open an exhibition at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
Right. For the eye.
They had planned on exhibiting both jewels together for the first time in decades, but that's not going to happen now, sadly. I think it's quite upsetting for him.
We're working hard to ensure that at least one eye will be on display.
I know. I'll ask Lady Westmacott if she'd like to participate in the opening of the exhibition. I think it would be good for her.
And Professor Lucien will surely offer you a private tour.
Okay. Are you American?
You're American, aren't you?
That's correct.
And you moved to England because of the job?
I lived in England before. During the Second World War, I volunteered. I worked in a pharmacy on a US base north of London.
In a pharmacy? Interesting.
Well, it was the war and everyone was sent where they could help best.
Please, go on, Mrs. Miller.
After the war, I studied music in London. I met my husband there. We married and went back to the States together.
He was also American?
No, English. But he said he had problems with his family and he wanted to be as far from them as possible.
And you gave up your studies for him?
Well, yes, I did.
So what happened to the father?
Life as a single mother couldn't have been easy.
It was pretty tough then. I worked from morning till night and it was still only enough for the bare necessities. And I couldn't give Matt all the attention he needed.
And then Lady Westmacott entered your life.
It was like an angel appeared to me. She must have offered me the position out of pity. I had no experience as a carer. She made me a generous offer. I couldn't believe it. And she really adores Matt. She's offered him a good education, and now he has every opportunity in life.
An almost unbelievable story.
I'm still afraid that it's a dream and that I'll wake up one day.
Tell me about Lady Westmacott.
How does it feel to work for such a world-famous person?
The work is very interesting and varied, and it pays well, too.
You are very lucky that the lady offered the position to you.
I just hope she won't change her mind one day. What would become of Matt's education then? I really make an effort to measure up to Lady Westmacott's expectations, but sometimes I feel like I fall short.
Lady Westmacott couldn't ask for a better companion.
I'm saving up as much money as I can all the same. I'd do anything so that Matt doesn't have to give up his new life.
Lady Westmacott dropped a hint on the train that she killed her hero, Partout. What did she mean by that?
Oh, she must have meant the manuscript.
Manuscript?
She always takes it with her. It's an unpublished Partout novel. I once asked her why she never published it. She said that according to her will, the novel's only to be published after her death.
Ooh.
And in it, Partout will be killed?
Maybe. I've never read it. No one has. You'd better ask her yourself.
Oh. tranquilizer. You're a chemist? Tell me what you know, or can you help?
If you worked in a pharmacy, you would certainly know something about medicines and poisons.
Everything is a potential poison, Constable. It depends on the dose.
Have you ever heard of chloral hydrate?
It's a tranquilizer, isn't it?
I'm asking you.
Well, Lady Westmacott also asked questions like that for her last novel. But since I've never wanted to kill anyone, I never bothered with things like strychnine and arsenic and all that. I could recommend something for a headache, a sore throat, or a rash.
That's kind of you, but there's really no need. I'll be seeing you, Miss Miller.
Constable?
Okay. Interesting. Right. Let's have a word with Constable Oliver to see if he can give us any further insight.
What do you want?
Inspector Legrand is questioning the first of the passengers in the saloon.
And?
It will be hours before he gets to the stowaway.
And?
We'll save time if I question him.
We'd also save time if you stopped asking me the same things over and over again. I will not let you in. What time is it, by the way?
Got an appointment?
No, but I'm hungry.
Go and get yourself something. I'll mind the door in the meantime.
Aha. You could bring me something, though.
So, what do you want to eat?
Oh, anything. An apple or something like that.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go, a fetch quest. I didn't think we'd have one of those, but let's see what we get. Maybe we can spike it with the drugs. There seems to be a lot of drugs going around, so if we can spike the apple, knock him out, or maybe that would put us in a bad light. I guess in here is the best place to find food. Something to eat. Here we go. Oh, the music.
Whatever Constable Oliver wants, he's getting ham and eggs.
Can't say no to ham and eggs.
And just a pinch of salt for our friendly constable.
That's quite a lot of salt.
Good.
He's quite a big chap, you know. Take him a knife and a fork.
Constable
I was going to
Oliver,
throw it at him.
Huh?
ham and eggs, piping hot.
Oh, I shouldn't really.
I don't see anyone here who'd rebuke you. It was a hard night.
Yeah, true. Oh,
Oh, he's got a fork.
just enough salt. Oh, that was good of you. Cheers.
You don't expect me to wash your dirty dishes as well, do you?
Oh, of course not, Your Majesty. Oh, that was a proper meal and no mistake.
He hasn't eaten it, half of it. Right. I feel like we've missed to do something there. Examine the
Constable
water.
Oliver is drinking the water he brought along. Without it, he'd get very thirsty. Constable Oliver.
Okay. I thought we were just going to keep applying him with salt until he keeps drinking water and then he either has to go to the toilet or refill the bottle. Okay, that little fetch quest kind of went to a dead end. I thought that would lead to something more. Maybe it will further still. Or maybe we missed the opportunity there. Let's have a word with the butler.
The death of his mistress
No,
doesn't really
nothing more.
bother Inch. He's only worried about his own...
Okay, let's go in here then. This is where all the good stuff is. What else can we... Oh, look at the coffee.
Excellent.
Oh, coffee.
Ah, that's just what I needed. Coffee is not bad at all, but 1 cup is enough.
Okay. I thought... Oh. Don't know. Okay, let's go into the back room and see if we can find anything of use. So looking for a wire or... Do we interrupt them? Can we interrupt them?
Legrand will attend to the interrogation. I won't talk to him again until I'm ready to present...
Okay. Okay, so let's head out then. Looking for examine speakers.
These things made quite a racket last night. I couldn't hear myself think.
Ah, we've also got that tape, haven't we? If we could figure out where they go, chain of
Did
lights.
Edison have any idea what would become of his invention?
Possibly not. Newspaper there. Goes to the side deck.
I'm sure Captain DeConti wouldn't mind a chat, but I don't think he can help me at the moment.
All right. Okay. Miss Myers wasn't particularly helpful either. Let's have a look. So where's the music coming from? There must be a. Is this where the jun 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 music's coming from? Is it in here? Oh, hello, the captain's back. Let's come inside. Maybe he wants to chat now. He only chats when he's at the bar.
I'm sure Captain DeConti wouldn't mind a chat, but I...
Oh. Try Westmacott one more time.
Lady Westmacott, may I bother you for a moment?
By all means, Mr. Zellner.
Miss Miller and Matt.
Did Miss Miller cope with all the excitement?
I think so. But what happened on the train was quite a shock for her. She wouldn't be able to go on if something happened to Matthew.
She's worried about him.
He's all she has. It breaks her heart that he lives at a boarding school and can't always be with her. But she sets her wishes and needs aside so that he can get a good education. That's her way.
Yeah, that's good. So Matthew's father, what do you know?
Where is Matthew's father?
Gone. Run off. Ran away from his problems again. He drank a lot. More and more after each setback. It's better for both of them this way.
He left her.
She couldn't have borne it. She loved him and wanted to stick by him. She fell out with her family over him. They couldn't understand her. And when he left her, the ground opened up beneath her feet. For 2 weeks, she was as good as dead. If she didn't have Matthew, she'd be dead.
You seem to know a lot about it. I mean, about the time before Miss Miller began working for you.
I have my reasons.
And Matthew, do you care as deeply about the children of your other employees?
If you fail with your own child, you hope to do better with others, Constable.
Ah! Okay. Are we thinking that she is, in fact, Miss Miller's mother-in-law? Miss Miller's partner, Matt's dad, was actually her son, and Matthew is her grandson?
And the idea to send Matt to a boarding school...
Was mine. Matthew idolized his father and blamed his mother for the fact that he wasn't around anymore. I was afraid the situation would escalate if he had to live on a country estate alone with his mother and some old people. I think I was right. He quickly made friends at boarding school. He's popular, well-liked, a real athlete according to his teachers, and his relationship with his mother has improved as well. He's headed in the right direction.
Well, that's good. The valuable manuscript.
Miss Miller told me that you have a valuable manuscript with you.
That is correct.
An unpublished Part 2 novel. The manuscript must be worth a fortune.
Oh, it's not just any Part 2 novel. I wrote it 20 years ago, but it will only be published after my death. It's Part 2's last case. Maurice Part 2 dies.
You're going to kill him off?
I already have. And I enjoyed it.
Madam.
I was so sick of writing one Part 2 novel after another. I was keen to stick a knife in his guts. And so, 20 years ago, I did. Of course, I didn't want to disappoint my fans, so I let him solve case after case. But at least I was certain that he'd never escape me, that in the end, I would get him.
I understand. Let's just hope that this novel remains unpublished for many more years. I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed, Constable Zellner.
Of course.
I don't know why you'd be upset, because if she dies, then there's going to be no further cases anyway, is there? So, right, let's go down to the cabins, because I can't think what else we can do now. We seem to have covered most things here, haven't we? Maybe there's something fresh down here that we can go and investigate? Try the medical center. Is the doctor
Dr.
back?
Gebhardt locked the door,
Oh.
and until I have good reason, I won't wake him up. Something tells me that he wouldn't be amused. No, I've slept enough.
Okay. What have we got on us?
I need something to open the lock. The key would be best, but a wire would do.
What have we got on us? Slingshot? No, he's not that good. Tongs? Oh, hang on. Tongs? No, it doesn't work. It's a long shot, I grant you, but where on earth? There's nothing here, is there? Okay, we'll go back upstairs. There's got to be a wire or something. I thought we were going to get another hairpin off Miss Miller. That doesn't seem to be the case. Is this? What are we missing? What are we missing? Probably something in plain sight, which I'm just not seeing. Go back to the front deck. Can we go up these stairs? We can go upstairs. Okay, let's go upstairs. That's what we're missing. Another explorable part of the ship. Here you go. Wires. I can't see a wire anywhere.
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway.
Yeah. So, examine the lifeboat.
A boat like this would also make a good hideout for a stowaway.
Yeah.
Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Okay. You can examine the door.
The ship's bridge. 2 men. One of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed Legrand or the captain.
Sure about that, are we? Let's examine these grates, because this fan isn't working.
Grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary. The grate shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act? No. The pipe is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while.
Really?
I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired, but if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd have to shelve my murder investigation.
Okay. Not so easy as I thought. Oh.
This isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes, steel cables, chains up here.
Where?
You
Where?
can smell the smoke from the funnel. I have no idea how the ship works, and I really don't care, as long as it stays afloat.
Okay. Go downstairs. So what the... examine axe.
Why is there an axe hanging here? I suppose it's for chopping through ropes in the event that the lifeboats can't be lowered. Or they use it to enforce who's allowed on the boat and who's not.
I'd go for the second one. Oh, we can't get the axe. It's a shame. Well then. That seems to be us done up here, which is a bit... Is that it? Okay. Maybe there's somewhere else we can have a little investigate. Can we go around the other side? It'd be interesting if they got any lifeboats on the other side. Right, so we've kind of had that conversation. Doesn't seem to be that we can go up there. Anything on these tables? Anything we've missed? Plant. Look at Miss Miller.
Maybe Miss Miller has found something of a soulmate in the archaeologist.
Oh, that'd be
Unfortunately,
nice.
there's no guarantee that the two of them will end up together. People
Oh,
with
such
low
is life.
self-esteem tend to sabotage their own happiness.
Oh, that's quite sad, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at the door. We'll just look at it long in there. Maybe he'll let us in. We'll will it open.
I have to talk to the young fellow right away. Even though he was already under arrest at the time of the shot, he may have noticed something before. And what about the other gunshot? Could the second missing bullet from the murder weapon be stuck down there in one of the wooden crates? If I want to get into the cargo hold, I'll have to get rid of the constable first. He won't let me talk to our young friend.
What have we got? We've got a slingshot. We've got a pillowcase with burn marks on it. We've got ice cube tongs. We've got audio tape. We've got a message. We've got stones.
The little stones make perfect ammunition for the slingshot. Now I just need a suitable target.
The constable?
He could be more cooperative, but in the end, he's just doing his job. No reason to shoot a stone at his head.
What about the window, the door? The water bottle? Is it a glass bottle? Would it shatter?
All right.
Oh, music's changed.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, there we go. It kind of worked.
Zellner, what in blazes was that?
What?
Something hit me!
You mean someone shot at you?
Yes, well, no. I don't know. Didn't you notice anything?
I was riveted by the fantastic view. We Swiss aren't used to seeing the horizon like this.
That's convinced me.
And my bottle's broken too. Oh, I don't believe this.
Oh, he's having a bad day.
Could you bring me something to drink? Those ham and eggs were pretty salty.
I'm sorry. I have to proceed with my investigations. Goodbye. Let's see how long he can resist.
Resist his thirst. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut him out. Oh, there he goes. Quick.
Not long at all.
We're in. Ha ha ha! Sometimes you just need to stop and have a look at what you've got with you, and then the answer's right there. You can probably get a bit of wire down here.
Nervous? I would be too in your position.
Who is he?
Who are you?
My name is Adil, and you are...
Constable Zellner. Why did you sneak onto the ship, Adil?
I wanted to go back home.
You're Egyptian?
There's no work for me in Italy. I want to see my family again.
And since you don't have money, you stowed away.
So what if I did?
You got a good American accent, but did he knock me out?
So, it was you who knocked me out.
Me? Never.
No? Where were you when I was attacked?
Well, I couldn't take anything with me on this trip, so I snuck into the kitchen and took some canned goods.
Interesting. And how do you know when I was attacked?
Well, I thought it was yesterday, shortly before we set sail.
I take this bump personally.
Your accent.
It's hard for me to believe a single word of your story.
Because I'm a foreigner?
Because you seem to have learned our language in the space of a day. Accent-free.
Believe what you want.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just bad voice recording. It's it's actually a point of investigation. That's good. I like that.
What were you searching for on deck last night?
I was hiding the whole evening. I wanted to go out and get some fresh air, see the stars. but then suddenly they were looking for me.
Were you in one of the cabins?
No!
Did you see anyone on the deck or on the roof?
No!
And after we arrested you?
The English policeman put me in this cell. Then he left. I've been here ever since.
And you didn't notice anything along the way?
No, nothing.
The shot?
What about the gunshot? Didn't you hear it?
Yes. The English policeman had already arrested me. We heard a bang and looked around.
And then?
Then, the Bobby was in a hurry to get rid of me. He almost pushed me down the stairs and locked me in here. He left, and then a short time later, the alarm went off.
Constable Oliver wasn't with you anymore when the alarm went off?
No. I was scared that the ship would sink with me sitting here like a rat in a trap.
Who paid you to distract us?
What?
You went for a walk around the deck and let yourself be seen. Everyone goes off hunting you, and in the meantime, your partner shoots the Baroness in peace.
No,
Good thinking,
I didn't do
Zellner.
anything. I didn't want to distract anyone. I just want to go home.
You're a liar, and a bad one at that.
But sir, I'm telling the truth.
And I'm the Raven. Inspector Legrand
Is
will
he?
deal with you. He's lying like a cheap rug. But he probably doesn't know anything about the murder. Very disappointing. So I have to keep searching. What interests me most is the shot that was fired here in the cargo hold last night.
Examine the Arab. Right. I think we'll leave it there. Right. We don't know who this guy is. Well, we know his name, but not his backstory. He's obviously employed to do something. And they say the distraction's an interesting point. We'll have a look for that bullet or any other sign of the attack to begin with, and see if it's the same as the one we pulled out of the Baroness. That'll be interesting. We'll do that next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. We're making some progress now. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll find out who this murderer is before we get to Cairo. Well, probably not, because it's already written. So we'll try and make as much progress before we get to Cairo and see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.